Hey guys, it's Miss Dees here. So today we're joining together to read a story about one of my favorite artists. She's a lady named Frida Kahlo. Miss Frida Kahlo was born in Mexico in the early 1900s. And when she was a little girl in Mexico, she actually had a lot of sad and scary things happen to her. But whenever she was feeling sad or scared or lonely, she always turned to her artwork to help her feel better. And this is what helped her become a really successful, famous artist one day. So I chose this story for us to read today because right now things are a little bit sad and a little bit scary. It's hard not being able to leave our house and come to school like we're used to doing. So I was hoping that this story might inspire you to be like Frida and turn to your artwork whenever you're feeling a little bit sad or down, okay? I also chose this story because I love the illustrations inside of it. They're so beautiful. When we read, you're going to notice a lot of animals in these illustrations, which gives you a sneak peek of your art project for this week, okay? So pay close attention to all these animals, and I can't wait to read with you. Our author of Frida is a man named Jonah Winter, and our illustrator is a lady named Anna Wan. Also, before we get started, I want to give a big shout out again to our publishing company, Scholastic. Thanks to Scholastic right now, we're able to post videos of read-alouds just like this one. So thank you guys. Let's get started. Our book, remember, is called Frida, and it has a really beautiful title page inside. Frida enters the world. For little Frida, the world is Mexico. Her house is a blue house. It is in the town of Coyoacán. Frida's father is an artist and a photographer. He teaches her how to use a paintbrush. Frida's mother takes care of 6 daughters. Often she is tired. Often Frida is lonely, even though she has sisters. Enter stage left. Frida's imaginary friend. Her name is also Frida. They play games together. Have you ever had an imaginary friend that's the exact same as you? All of a sudden, Frida falls very ill. She's in bed for months. There's something wrong with one of her legs. Even her imaginary friend can't cheer her. That's when Frida teaches herself how to draw. Drawing saves her from being sad. After Frida gets well, she still wants to make art, so she paints little paintings. They are copies of other paintings. Painting onto photographs is what Frida's father does for a living. He teaches her how to do it too. Frida also paints things she sees through a microscope. She loves looking at things very closely. And we know that's a skill we always practice as an artist. At school, Frida studies science. She is bored. School is too easy. One day, Frida is riding the bus home from school. A horrible accident happens. A trolley runs into the bus. Frida almost dies. In the hospital, it is painting that saves her again. Painting is her imaginary friend. It is there wherever she wants it. It keeps her company, and it keeps her from giving up hope. After the accident, life will never be the same for Frida. She will walk with a cane when she is able to walk. Her body will hurt always. But Frida doesn't cry or complain. Instead of crying, she paints pictures of herself crying. When she can't leave her bed, she paints in bed. When her whole torso is put in a cast, she paints onto the cast. Nothing can stop Frida from painting. Because she's so often alone, unable to leave her house, she has to use her imagination. She paints what she sees in her heart on top of what she sees with her eyes. It's almost like painting on photographs. She paints little magical scenes with words at the bottom. All over Mexico, people paint these kinds of scenes. Sometimes they are scenes of accidents with angels coming to the rescue. They are like prayers for people who are sick. They are called exvotos. Frida paints exvotos of herself when she is sick or in pain. Frida imitates no one in her style. Her paintings are like nothing else. In museums, people still look at them and weep and sigh and smile. She turns her pain into something beautiful. It is like a miracle. Viva Frida! Long live Frida! So, I hope you really enjoyed listening to our story. I hope you also paid close attention to those animals that I mentioned. That's because this week we are going to be doing a pet portrait as our drawing project. Frida, in her story, you notice, had a lot of pets that were her imaginary friends and her real life animals. And these animals helped bring her company and help her feel better. So we're going to be showing some of our own real life animals in our artwork this week. I can't wait to see how your projects come out, and I hope you really enjoyed our story and want to learn more about Frida Kahlo. Bye, guys.